City officials devised a plan to reduce traffic by adding more buses. The coach devised a strategy that used the team's fastest players on the wings. The scientist devised a method for measuring tiny changes in temperature. The engineers devised a solution that stopped rainwater from entering the tunnel. The librarian devised a system for arranging books by subject and reading level. The thieves devised a scheme to enter the empty warehouse at night. The company designed a product that helps travelers purify drinking water. Maya designed a website where customers can view and order her pottery. The architect designed a building with wide windows and a garden on the roof. The technicians designed a system that warns drivers about objects behind the car. The students designed an experiment to test how sunlight affects plant growth. The marketing team designed a strategy to introduce the new brand to young adults. The rescue team developed a plan for reaching the hikers before the storm arrived. The startup developed a product that turns food waste into garden fertilizer. The school developed a strategy to improve reading skills through daily practice. Lena developed the skill of public speaking by giving a short talk every week. The two companies developed a strong relationship after years of working together. People who smoke for many years have a higher risk of developing a lung disease. The committee formulated a plan that listed every step of the renovation. The general formulated a strategy for defending the city from 3 directions. The university formulated a policy to protect students' personal information. After studying the evidence, the detective formulated a theory about the crime. The spokesperson took a moment to formulate a careful response to the accusation. Nina formulated a question that clearly expressed what she wanted to know. The inventor conceived an idea for a bicycle that could fold into a suitcase. During the meeting, the team conceived a plan to reopen the old theater. The students conceived a project that would provide free books to local children. An engineer conceived a solution that used seawater to cool the factory. The doctor explained that the treatment could help the couple conceive a child. At first, no one could conceive of the possibility that the small company might become a global brand. Ravi invented a device that alerts farmers when the soil becomes too dry. The engineer invented a machine that sorts recyclable materials automatically. The chef invented a method for baking bread in half the usual time. The child invented a story about a dragon because he did not want to admit breaking the vase. Tom invented an excuse about a delayed train to explain why he was late. The writer invented a character who could understand every animal language. The class planned a project to clean the beach and record the types of waste they found. We planned a trip that included train tickets, hotel rooms, and museum visits. The volunteers planned an event with music, food, and games for local families. The lawyers planned a strategy for presenting their strongest evidence first. The soldiers studied the map as they planned an attack on the enemy base. By saving money and discussing their goals, the couple began to plan the future. The prisoners contrived a plan to escape through an unused tunnel. The dishonest dealer contrived a scheme to sell worthless paintings at high prices. The villains contrived a plot to remove the king and seize the throne. Ella contrived an excuse about losing her phone so she could avoid the meeting. With only rope and wood, the sailors contrived a solution for repairing the broken mast. The fox contrived a way to reach the grapes by moving a box beneath the vine. The team engineered a solution that kept the bridge stable during strong winds. The company engineered a system that recycles most of the water used in production. Researchers engineered a product that protects fresh fruit without plastic packaging. The investor quietly bought enough shares to engineer a takeover of the company. The captain scored twice in the final minutes to engineer a dramatic comeback. The spy engineered an escape by hiding inside a delivery truck leaving the prison. Heavy rain thwarted our plan to hold the wedding outdoors. A strong password thwarted the hacker's attempt to enter the account. Security officers found the weapons early and thwarted an attack on the airport. The detective discovered the secret messages and thwarted a plot to kidnap the mayor. A serious knee injury thwarted his ambition to become a professional runner. Repeated power cuts thwarted the scientist's efforts to complete the experiment. A junior designer originated the idea for the company's reusable packaging. The community group originated a plan to turn the empty lot into a playground. The previous director originated a policy that allows employees to work from home. The bank originated a loan and gave the business the money it needed to expand. The strange noise originated from a source beneath the floor. The custom originated in Europe before spreading to other parts of the world. We abandoned our plan for a picnic when dark clouds covered the sky. The company abandoned the project because construction costs became too high. After 3 failed climbs, the team abandoned its attempt to reach the summit. The inventor abandoned the idea after learning that the material was unsafe. The driver abandoned the vehicle when smoke began pouring from the engine. Even after several days of searching, the family refused to abandon hope. The council discarded the plan because it would have destroyed a public park. She discarded the idea of driving when she saw how icy the roads were. The scientist discarded evidence from the damaged sample because it was unreliable. Instead of storing shirts she never wore, Mia discarded her old clothes. Hospital workers must discard medical waste in specially marked containers. The editor discarded unwanted material to make the article shorter and clearer. The airline scrapped its plan to add the route because too few people bought tickets. Officials scrapped the project after engineers found serious problems with the site. The board scrapped the proposal when most employees opposed it. The school scrapped the old grading system and introduced a simpler one. The mechanic advised us to scrap the vehicle because repairing it would cost too much. Parliament voted to scrap a law that no longer served any useful purpose. The reformers dismantled a system that had given unfair advantages to wealthy families. Police arrested its leaders and dismantled the criminal organization. Investigators dismantled a network that was selling stolen goods across the country. The mechanic dismantled the machine so that she could examine every part. Workers dismantled the temporary structure after the festival ended. The specialist carefully dismantled the bomb and removed its explosive parts. The earthquake destroyed the building, leaving only broken walls and stone. The suspect burned the letters to destroy evidence of the crime. The violent storm destroyed property throughout the coastal town. Dumping chemicals into rivers can destroy the environment and kill wildlife. One false public accusation can destroy a person's reputation. The office uses a shredder to destroy a document that contains private information. The bus company discontinued the service because almost no one used the route. The manufacturer discontinued the product after discovering a safety problem. The doctor discontinued the treatment when the medicine caused severe side effects. Customers should discontinue use of the heater immediately if they smell smoke. The factory discontinued a practice that exposed workers to harmful dust. The company discontinued production when demand for the old model disappeared. The official tried to suppress information by preventing the report from being published. The lawyer was punished for trying to suppress evidence that could prove the defendant's innocence. Police used force to suppress the protest and remove demonstrators from the square. He tried to suppress his anger by breathing slowly and remaining silent. Jade drank some water to suppress a cough during the quiet performance. The ruler imprisoned his critics in an effort to suppress opposition. The senator withdrew the proposal after experts showed that it would be too expensive. Priya withdrew her application because she had accepted a different job. Several members withdrew their support when the project's environmental risks became clear. The government agreed to withdraw troops from the region after the peace agreement. I used an ATM to withdraw money from my bank account. The witness withdrew her statement after admitting that she had not seen the accident. The newspaper retracted its statement after learning that the information was false. The scientist retracted the claim when later tests failed to support it. Ben retracted his accusation and admitted that Sarah had not taken the money. The journal retracted the article because its data had been invented. The prisoner retracted his confession, saying that he had made it under pressure. The buyer retracted the offer after an inspection revealed major damage to the house. The manager dismissed the idea without discussing whether it might work. The judge dismissed the claim because the seller had provided no evidence. The court dismissed the case after the main witness admitted lying. The company dismissed an employee who repeatedly ignored safety rules. The engineer refused to dismiss a concern about cracks in the bridge. Do not dismiss her suggestion until you have considered its possible benefits. The board rejected the proposal because it required more money than the company had. The team rejected the idea after tests showed that it would not solve the problem. The university rejected his application because he had missed the deadline. The insurance company rejected the claim because the damage was not covered by the policy. Lena rejected the offer because the salary was lower than she expected. The hiring manager rejected a candidate who lacked the required experience. Please copy the file to a backup drive so we have a second version. The cheaper brand copied the design, making its bag look almost identical to the original. The new painter copied a famous artist's style by using the same colors and brushwork. The assistant copied the document so every person at the meeting could have one. The teacher saw Leo copy an answer from the student beside him. The technician copied the data from the old computer to the new one. Young children often imitate their parents' behavior by repeating what they see. The decorator imitated a 19th century style with dark wood and patterned wallpaper. The comedian imitated the sound of a car engine so accurately that everyone laughed. Nora imitated her teacher's voice, matching its tone and rhythm. The actor listened to local speakers so he could imitate their accent. The dance students watched the instructor and imitated each movement. The printer can reproduce an image with the same colors and fine details as the original. Other researchers repeated the experiment but could not reproduce its results. The museum received permission to reproduce the document in its exhibition guide. These speakers can reproduce the sound of a live piano with great accuracy. The laboratory reproduced the conditions of deep space inside a special chamber. The publisher must obtain permission before reproducing an author's work. We cancelled our plan to go sailing because the weather forecast warned of a storm. I cancelled the order before the shop shipped the wrong size. The director cancelled the meeting because several key members were ill. The airline cancelled the flight when heavy snow closed the airport. Kim cancelled her subscription so the magazine would stop arriving each month. Organizers cancelled the outdoor event after lightning was reported nearby. The driver's quick braking prevented an accident at the busy crossing. Vaccination can prevent a disease by preparing the body to fight the infection. We covered the furniture to prevent damage while workers painted the room. Wearing a helmet can prevent a serious head injury during a bicycle crash. Regular maintenance can prevent a problem before the machine suddenly stops. Better street lighting may help prevent crime by making dark areas more visible. Small businesses can derive a benefit from sharing delivery costs. My grandfather derives pleasure from growing vegetables and giving them to neighbors. Teachers often derive satisfaction from seeing their students become confident learners. Readers derive meaning from the poem by connecting its images with their own experiences. Many island families derive income from fishing and tourism. The architect derived inspiration from the shapes of leaves and seashells. The friends hatched a plan to surprise Maya with a party after work. The criminals hatched a plot to steal the jewels during the museum's closing hour. Two students hatched a scheme to sell fake concert tickets online. While waiting for the bus, Omar hatched an idea for a mobile coffee stand. The captives hatched an escape plan that involved climbing over the wall at night. The rebels secretly hatched a conspiracy to overthrow the ruler. A locked gate foiled the burglars' plan to enter through the garden. Secret agents foiled a plot to damage the city's power stations. The goalkeeper's fast dive foiled the striker's attempt to score. Early intelligence allowed the guards to foil an attack on the palace. An alert shopkeeper pressed the alarm and foiled a robbery. The election defeat foiled his ambition to become the country's youngest mayor.